This one, guys, is certainly curious to a certain extent. The Chinese, as we've said, you could look at it and say, well, this is clearly a ratcheting up of tensions. Mnuchin was involved. Wilbur Ross was involved, trying to get them to say yes. ZTE is back in business, and yet they wouldn't do it. Now, the Chinese, for their part, will say, we didn't disapprove it. We simply were not ready to approve it. And Qualcomm, for its part, said it was time to move on. 21 months. We can't keep extending this and going on. Qualcomm does have a pretty good quarter. We'll talk to Malikoff a bit about that. They do put in the $30 billion buyback, of course. That's going to be with cash on hand that they were anticipating to be used for the NXP deal. They will pay NXP a $2 billion break fee. That's about $1.5 billion after tax to NXP, which also puts in, I think it's a $5 billion buyback as well, and will remain a public company. Apparently, and this is just off the NXP call, they were working last night, right till the very end, NXP says, working diligently to close this deal until midnight last night. But it didn't happen. And one has to wonder what is next. Take a look at this tweet, if we have it, from Marco Rubio, weighing in this morning on this failure by the antitrust authorities. We did them a favor, he says, by reversing that ban on ZTE, buying chips from Qualcomm. And how did they return the favor? By blocking the deal with NXP, despite begging and pleading from Treasury. We should reimpose the ZTE ban. I think this does go to some of the fears out there that this is only going to ratchet up tensions. Is ZTE next? What about Huawei? Is it possible that we will look at Huawei in terms of potentially doing something that could be tougher for that company, which already can't sell into the U.S.? A lot of questions here. It undermines the integrity of the antitrust process in China, you'd have to argue, without a doubt, at this point. So a lot of different areas that this impacts.
Well, it gets. Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.